Okay, Joy, who's such a joy to be around.
I have to say my favorite part was meeting new people, both German and American. So on both sides, meeting, getting to know new people.
Great. Bev?
Well, nothing stands out for me as really better than anything else. But the trip in all was wonderful. It was just magnificent for me. I really liked the idea of going to places that maybe my ancestors walked there. Maybe they went into that church. I think maybe I found the place where they were baptized, and the beautiful baptismal font, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And I loved imagining how they got to Bremerhaven and how long it took them and how they got the money to do that. And I think what it's done is kind of piqued my curiosity, so that I'm going to go back and look harder and look more. And I also really enjoyed hearing everybody else's story. What they've done with their looking through the records and how they keep the records and what programs they use for genealogy and what their families were like. So the whole total thing.
Yeah, like I said, it's fun to be able to share it with people that appreciate that, and so good.
And I thank you both.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
Marvelous trip.
And Mr. Ray.
I don't know. I think most of you know my story, which is that I did not have any idea where my ancestors came from, and nobody in our family has for 175 years. So now I know, and I don't have the ability to put into words what that feels like to be connected to something when you've wondered all your life what that something was and where these people came from. And to stand in the two churches, one that my great-great-grandmother attended and one that my great-great-grandfather attended, and put your hand on the baptismal font where they were baptized is just not, I can't put that in
Can't
words.
express
It's
it, yeah.
an extremely moving experience.
Yeah, it's surprising sometimes, isn't it?
I can't do better than that. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's great. And Miss Ann?
Well, we've just had a wonderful time overall. It's been just lovely with this group. Now, personally, you know, I was intrigued with the flowers, and I had every one, and I enjoyed all of the gardens, and the buildings, and the architecture, and every scene in the countryside that is a painting.
Really? Yeah, I heard you say that a lot, and that's very true. It's a painting, really. And Miss Kathy?
Well, I've enjoyed the trip and meeting everyone on the trip, and I thank you and Matthias for giving me train schedules and everything. And meeting Cousin Joe again.
Yeah.
Whizzing by a great-great-great-grandmother's house and a great-grandfather's house.
Well, great.
And then visiting Joe's house.
Yeah.
When we did.
Chris?
The highlight for me was getting to go to my great-grandmother's home. Didn't get built until 1913, so it's new in this country. And that I'm pretty convinced that my grandfather, who came over in 1905, was instrumental in getting that built for her. Know I had the right place, because when we walked up to the lady's house and we told her who we were and what we were doing, eventually she said, "Oh, come here, I show you," and takes me around the front side of the house, and there's Efkin.
Carved in the bricks.
Yep. Oh my. And I didn't realize that yours came over so
Well,
late.
my grandfather came in 05, but the other side of the family came in 1847, and that's where I was at. Was that Saturday?
Saturday.
When the rest of you were off doing what you were doing, Gail and I were traveling around all over, everywhere. And got into that church in Heapen, and that's one of the oldest churches in Germany. He said that thing's been standing for over 800 years. And we got into that one kind of on the sly, because we rolled up and were supposed to have a 3:30 appointment to get in, and at 20 minutes to 3 they're lining up for a wedding. And so we kind of...
We signed the guest book and we went right in.
Wedding crashers.
I didn't get as many pictures in there as I'd hoped, but I know the altar and the organ and the baptismal font and the pulpit are all original to what's in there, and it was quite the experience.
Yeah, I know. I feel you, because it's like always felt like I could feel them watching me, that they knew I had come back home again or something. So it is a very emotional experience. And Gail?
None of my ancestors are here. At least we didn't chase any of them this trip. I have an orphan that I have no idea where to start. So, but what I enjoyed, I think the most, was when we were at the archive in Detmold the first time. And after we'd given, the fellow had given us his little talk about all the good stuff they had, and we sat down and they brought out those books. And they showed these people, I mean, just the looks on their faces of all the things they were learning. And over here, these folks, the things that they learned about their folks, the surprise and the joy.
Yeah.
It was, we didn't get any information at that.
I know, but it was fun.
Watching these folks was really something.
And we hope we can upload some of our other pictures.
Yeah.
I love the open air museum. I love the Birmingham Museum. There was another place I think. I liked Hamilton, so I enjoyed all the other side trips and things.
Too.
So it was
Good.
good.
Yeah. Just an experience all around. And Matthias, I know what you enjoy.
Oh boy.
No, you usually say the food.
Besides the food, probably that I have been the first time into my mother's church.
That's right.
With you both. And also that probably, we have to figure out, probably are related to you or are related to you somehow. This can happen, and also this part, what you said on Tuesday in Zagreb, because this is the stuff what I like to work for. This is the stuff what I would like to see. This is why I'm doing all this stuff.
Yeah. So, it was. It's makes us happy too that all the work comes to something. So, well, I didn't make every.